Welcome back to Carolina Rock Cuddles. Today we are talking about the new Gen 3 Can-Am. And at first we are going to do a riding video because we always do a riding video with these videos. There's a lot of videos in this video. That's a lot of video. Anyways, so at first we were going to do a riding video, and I've decided instead, let's use the Gen 1 platform to show you everything that changed and all the lies that these dealerships are telling you, because there's a couple dealerships, quite a few, that are straight up lying to us. So what is the first lie that the dealership has been saying? Well, I've seen a lot of dealerships saying that the Renegade has the 101 horsepower engine. It does not. The Renegade was pretty much unchanged other than the colors. People keep saying it now has 101 horsepower. Come check out the new Renegade. It's not new though. Do you think they would have pulled it on stage if they would have changed it? Of course they would have. They would have showed the Renegade off, but it's still the Gen 2 platform, I guess, or Gen 2.5. Everybody has a different name for it, but the Renegade is unchanged other than the colors. Don't let people tell you otherwise. You can go on the website, and I'm sure maybe they changed a couple little things that I didn't realize, but other than that, it's literally the same platform. First and foremost, if you've ever had a Can-Am, you know about the trailing arms. These are trailing arms, people. Instead of having double A arms, they have trailing arms. And these are double A arms. As you can see, arm in the top, arm in the bottom. It's very dirty. I probably should have cleaned it off. This is now what Can-Am went to. I'm sure it's probably a little different than this style, because this is actually the Wolverine. It's designed way different. But this is actually what it has now. They took off the trailing arm and put double A arms, which I heard a lot of people say it rides way better, and it probably does. But you lose a little bit of ground clearance. That's, you know, a trade-off, people. You trade things off. Here's a better look at the trail. This is the trailing arm on a Renegade. And one thing that the XMR always had that confused me, like as you can see, there's a brake here, there's a brake there. But for some reason on the XMRs, they only put one brake, which makes no sense when you think about it, because why would you need one brake on a mud machine? So my ADHD kicked in pretty hard. I started talking about brakes and I forgot to even say why I even brought them up. So apparently they actually put two brakes back on the rear like they used to have. Just that's what I was trying to say, and my mind just really went somewhere else and I forgot to finish that sentence. So in case you wonder why I brought up the brakes and how the XMR used to have one instead of two on the back, that's why, people. Now it has two again. Now we can talk about the engine. Every Can-Am engine looks like this, from Gen 1 to Gen 2 to Gen whatever the crap you're talking about. All of them look the same. They're all fairly, believe it or not, they're all fairly the same engine. I rebuilt a lot of these. Hang on, I got a 1000. I forgot about this 1000 over here. This one's still waiting for the guy to pay me to rebuild the engine. I put a top in, it didn't fix it. Anyways, as you can see, same engine. These are not the same engine. These are the old engines, and they have a transmission built into the back. That's the transmission. It actually bolts off. The engine is actually its own piece. Well, here's the new engine. As you can see, guys, it is actually has the transmission built into it. Is that a good thing? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the transmission. One thing I love about the Can-Am is not having the transmission built in, because that means you don't have to worry about all that stuff when you rebuild. Let's be honest, you're going to rebuild the engine more than you're going to rebuild the transmission if you're like us. And you don't want to have to mess with all the gears and all the washers and all that the transmission has. Well, an engine don't have it. That's one thing I don't like about a Honda, is how everything's built in one. Will it mess anything up? I don't know. It might be perfectly fine, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, but at the same time, I do like the new Gen 3 platform. Another thing to talk about is the new tiles. This has Shirachis, by the way. As you can see, these new tiles look pretty bad to the bone. I really like them. Are they going to do good? Who knows? Everybody's already talking crap about them, because you can literally put assassinators and people are going to talk crap about it, because that's just how people are. They're going to talk crap. There's no such thing as a good tile to them. The other thing is that the 1000 and 850 are actually the same engine, people. It's like, okay, they're not the same engine. Most likely they have a different head, a different cam, probably a different throttle body, maybe. I know the 800s and the 1000s, the 850s and 1000s have a different throttle body, so they probably do have a different throttle body too. I know the heads are probably different. It says it's a 999cc. And maybe we're all wrong. The dealership, I talked to a dealership and they said that's what they've heard, that it has a different, like probably a different head and cam, but they don't really know. There ain't a lot of information about it. And I've seen a lot of people online saying the same thing. And even if it's not, it's gonna take a long time to break the EC. I see a lot of people like, I'm gonna buy an 850 and I'm gonna unlock it, I'm gonna have 1000. Well, I don't know if it's gonna work like that, people, but okay. Another upgrade is that they've now fixed the shifting. At least that's what I was told by everybody. I mean, if you've ever been on a Can-Am, you know about the Can-Am rock when you have to get it in gear. You can't say you own a Can-Am if you don't have to rock it. It ain't the end of the world. Like, I've never had it where I didn't, like, just rock it, falls right into place. It's not like a super complicated, it's kind of like a Honda. Like, I had some Hondas that are the same way. Like, they didn't want to go in voice. Got to keep playing with it to get them in voice. So it's not very hard. I've seen a lot of vehicles that have similar problems. So they say they fixed that problem. New P clutches, I've been told nothing but great things about the P clutches that came out on the, I think it was the X3 a couple years ago. That P clutch apparently is a game changer, people. Do I know much about the P clutch? Heck no. I have CVT clutches on this one, and I always wanted some STM, I can't remember the name now, but I wanted a set of those, and I just never needed them yet. I mean, the 101 horsepower engine just sounds bad to the bone to me. It just sounds great. And let's not forget about the new setup up here, people. The new setup, as you can see in this picture, the snorkels are up higher than my Gen 1. The radiator's also easy to clean off. They say you can fold the thing forward and it's easy to get it. And I mean, the snorkel's actually taller, I think, than my Gen 1, or, well, maybe taller, I don't know. The ground clearance is amazing. They put new Fox shocks on it. I mean, what can you complain about this model? Now it's time for the small details section. So I totally forgot to record this. So let's go ahead and talk about a couple small things that they changed that when you look at it, you might go, huh, that's weird. But at the same time, very functional. First one is the handlebars. If you notice, the handlebar comes out and kind of corked like this now. So the reason they do that is now you can grab one hand on that and the mud strap and you can pull it. If you've ever been stuck in the mud, you're pulling on it, you're doing all this, it is actually a godsend. I've never had a mud strap, but I have drove on a couple foilers with them. And I'm telling you guys, it's night and day. I've always said I need to put one on mine and I always forget to do it. So that's one thing. The other is the rear rack. Apparently they have footholds where you can literally put your feet in each corner and rock it left and back. But if you've ever had a foiler in a rack, you know you've done that. You put your feet on the back on each corner and you're rocking it, trying to get it to come out. That is like, how did nobody else think about this? I mean, at least there's plenty of videos. Asa Cruiser has a video. I think Kyle Cullen has a good video on it. I mean, I'm a small YouTuber. I wasn't invited, so hey, it happens. Plus, I don't have no new Can-Ams. I have old Can-Ams, so I'm way under the radar. Now, one thing I wish they would bring back is the old hand guards. I don't know why they took it off. They're like $200, I think, on the shop. Like, I understand $200 extra you make, but the foilers always look stripped down without them because back in the day, the 1000s always came with them and 850s, but the 650s and the 570s didn't. So to me, it's just kind of goofy looking. I don't know why they take that out. I guess to save money, but I don't like it. I really don't. Another thing for the small section is a lot of people ain't talking about this, but they put the bumper and the winch up top. I see a lot of people complaining how, oh, now it's in the elements and la, 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 la. I don't know how anybody complains about that. If you see my X4, you know I put the winch on the outside and up top. What that helps is if you're like us, a lot of North Carolina boys, you get in that thick mud, you can't even get your hand up in there to barely turn it because it's so thick and nasty, and being up top actually does help it a little bit, in my opinion. Everybody has a different opinion. Do I think that they should have did a little more with the bumper? Yes. It really, I mean, it looks better the way it's designed, but honestly, I wish they would have covered some more. Like, the lights are like pretty much open, so you gotta be careful with that. But hey, what can you really say? Really like the Gen 3, guys. I'm debating on selling the Gen 1. I'm already got the AutoCat for sale. I've been trying to sell it since I bought it, but that's up to y'all, guys. Let me know. Should we sell the Gen 1 to buy a Gen 3? I'll let y'all decide. Anyways, guys, I hope you like this video where we break down all the things I know. And if you might notice, I might add some stuff because I'll probably do some more research, see if I see anything different. Oh, also, because I didn't say anything, the Defender has tinted windows and a locked door, which is awesome. There ain't much more to change about the Defender, people. The Defender is just an awesome mod. Anyways, guys, I will see y'all on the next one. Well, who knows what we're gonna be doing. See y'all there.